美国这一波的通货膨胀已经到了失控的一个情况，而这个失控呢，还要好几个月以上才可以解决。第一个是疫情，第二个是美国长期的基础建设完全集中在2个港口，在西岸的部分就是洛杉矶和长堤，也就是说，过去只要从亚洲出口到美国地方，它只有在2个港口，长期这2个地方过度的集中，它当地的基础设施不足，或者是因为工会的杯葛没有办法自动化，再加上美国卡车司机的欠缺等等，美国有太多的各种不同的问题结合起来，形成了一个可怕的供应链的危机，造成了这一波的通货膨胀。而解决通货膨胀的方法，如果是从供应链解决，从港口解决，时间太长，卡车司机不知道去哪里找。有一个方法可以解决，就是把原来的对中国大陆还有对亚洲的很多国家的关税取消。那么对欧洲部分的关税呢，在上月就已经宣布取消。而这一次刚好在Joe Biden和习近平2个人视讯会议之前，美国的财政部部长 Janet Yellen 接受美国媒体的采访。美国媒体采访他的重点不是美中关系，而是通货膨胀。在这个节目当中，他释出讯息，将取消川普时代对中国的部分关税。事实上，这个目的不是对中国释出善意，事实上消减美国自己的通货膨胀。
Across the U.S., signs and sounds of a problem affecting millions of pocketbooks. Prices are up. The main sectors leading the surge have big impact: gasoline and food.
It's terrible. Who can afford to fill up 15, 20 gallons of gasoline? I know a lot of people are struggling. That is a heck of a lot of money.
This is a choice, in some cases, between putting food on the table and staying warm.
A new poll actually out this morning. American concerns, the economy and the inflation are top.
古有名训，伤敌100，自损3000。美中贸易战打停3年多来，若不是新冠疫情打断美国供应链，缔造天高通膨，令全美民众荷包缩水，叫苦连天。政府换届后，民调直落，考虑撤销对中关税这句话，是不是不会从华府这头轻易说出口
？You have said that inflation is likely to be with us until the second half of next year. Are you confident that prices for the average American will be down by the time we head into next November and Election Day? 26% year over year for used cars. Yes. Gasoline up 50%, eggs 12%, milk 6%, coffee 6%.
So we are seeing some big increases in
when
prices.
When does it get better? When do those spikes? China's leaders have repeatedly asked for the Trump-era tariffs to be lifted. If the Biden administration did that, would it make things cheaper?
当季总统施政满意度不佳，严重拖累民主党明年国会选举的尴尬现况，让拜登经济总舵手美国财长耶伦在拜习会前夕的 TVBS 专题中遭到主持人犀利提问。就在耶伦仍把控制疫情为先，作为抑制物价的样板答案后，主持人不伦南打破砂锅问到底，追问白宫难道不考虑撤销关税这个对平抑进口商品物价该是最直接有效的选项吗？
Tariffs do tend to raise domestic prices. We put those tariffs in place. President Trump and his administration did as a retaliation for unfair trade practices.
Should they stay in place?
We have said, the U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tai has said that we're revisiting the Phase 1 trade deal and recognizing requests to reduce tariffs in some areas. So that's certainly something that's under consideration.
耶伦点名川普任内对美中不公平贸易发难，大克中国商品惩罚性关税，是如今造成全美通膨的凶手之一。因此松口拜登政府考虑关税休兵。事实上，耶伦的回答不让人意外。今年初，随着美国经济解封，商品供应陆续归位，学界专家便已纷纷警告，美国前后任政府为控制疫情，在1年半内祭出5兆 兆美元规模财政刺激，接棒撒钱刺激民间消费的有志一同，加上美国联准会持续维持低利环境，遇上经济重启阶段，流窜全美的热钱推升物价只是刚好而已。
The Federal Reserve has made one of the largest mistakes it's made in the post-World War II era since the COVID crisis began. This is not a temporary phenomenon. So what is it? Inflation always and everywhere is a monetary phenomenon. Too much money.
I don't think it would be right to think that on the current policy path, we're likely to bring inflation down to the 2% target. I think on the current policy path, we're likely to have a substantially expanding economy colliding with limited capacity to produce.
因此，当美国财长耶伦及联准会主席鲍威尔反复强调，全美通膨只是一时性现象 ，Fed 不会加快升息脚步，但供应断裂警报迟迟不见解除。美国商界早已多次建言白宫，理当对价值3600亿美元的中国商品松绑川普任内开征关税，特别是钢铝、木材这些大宗商品才对。华府智库彼得森研究所数据显示，美国进口商及消费者是贸易战的2大受害者。报告以2021年初为例，直指美国课征中国商品20%关税，当中竟超过90%， 18.5%是转嫁到美国进口商身上。换句话说，中国出口商仅承担1.5%。在美中开打贸易战的2018年之前，美国对中关税平均为3.1%。显然，白宫对北京的关税惩罚，在供应链的转移效应下，最终是落到了美国自己头上。
In terms of setting out the parameters for our trade policy with respect to China, the goal is not to inflame the relationship or to inflame trade tensions. The goal is to be very clear-eyed and very clear in our communication to make as successful as possible our attempts to effectively realign this relationship in the interests of the American economy.
10月初，当美国贸易代表戴琪宣布将向国内商界广征意见，讨论延长去年底已到期的549项中国进口商品的关税豁免时，外界就已解读此举是美国通膨失控，拜登饱受民间压力下不得不为，也是顺势而为。毕竟美国物价倘若一路飞涨，失控至明年国会大选，没有人敢肯定民主党得要付出多大的政治代价。
The White House promising prices will level off. The question, how long will that take? And will Republicans in the meantime be able to ride what some in the GOP are calling Bidenflation to a midterm election victory?
The latest poll shows the president's approval rating continuing to drop, even after the infrastructure bill was passed.
Spending $100 a week in gas is very taxing.
Things that I would normally, spend maybe $1.50 to $2 on, I'm spending $3.75 on.
Well, they call it a tax, really. It's as bad as a tax on a lot of people.
It's absolutely a tax. I think the Fed has absolutely lost control of inflation at this point.
The president's expected to make his selection for the Fed chair. Do you believe Jerome Powell should be renominated? How important is continuity?
I'm going to leave it to the president to make a decision.
通膨持续越久，对执政党的政治伤害只会越大。当共和党猛拿拜登通膨说作为2022其中选举攻击主轴时，掌控全美货币政策、可调节经济热度的联准会下任主席是否换人，因而备受瞩目。现任主席共和党籍鲍威尔近日与民主党籍联准会理事布兰纳德联袂获拜登召见入白宫商谈，让主席换人做升息，或许提前的揣测增添了些许氛围。但无论美国选择撤销关税或者提前升息，拜登面对的市场消费者需求大增、供应链堵塞、民生用品价格飞涨，10多年来美国领导人从未遇过的巨大危机，绝无单一解方可以药到病除。